Namita Mehta and I'm the president of the Red Pen. Today I have with me here Richard Burnett from Tonbridge School.
Hello everyone, I'm Richard Burnett. I am Director of Admissions at Tonbridge School. I am also founder and chair of the UK charity Mindfulness in Schools project.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Richard. Can you tell me a little bit about the location of your school and the curriculum?
So we are about 45 minutes from London. We do IGCSEs and then we do A-Levels.
Okay, fantastic. And you also mentioned that it's an all-boys school?
It is an all-boys school.
Fantastic. Okay, so there's so many British boarding schools in the UK, and families, when they're kind of exploring this landscape, they can get confused. So can you tell me a little something unique about Tonbridge?
So I think the unique thing about Tonbridge is the rapport and the trust between the staff and the boys. And that's why I always try and encourage families to come and meet us, because they are shown around by a boy from the school, and almost always they say not just what lovely kids they are, but how well they get on with the staff. And we don't pretend that's the case. It really is. It's the loveliest thing about the school, and it's why I have been at the school for 20 years.
Amazing. I haven't actually had the opportunity to visit Tonbridge, but
Come and
tell
visit.
me a little bit about the campus and how everything's set up.
Well, yeah, it's lovely. It's in the Garden of England. It's in Kent. We have 150 acres of playing fields. We're part of a town, which is quite important because we're 60% boarding and 40% day.
Okay.
So we're not a kind of campus university where you're stuck in the campus. There is movement, if you like, between the town and the school. It's a very good relationship between the town and the school. It also means that boys that come to Tonbridge are very much part of a UK community. Yeah, which is really important.
And what about on the weekends? Does it get quiet on the weekend? The day students go away?
Yeah, it's quieter, but it's really lovely. And again, what I would encourage anybody to do is to speak to parents who have boys at Tonbridge. The weekend is very short. All of the boys are at school on Saturday morning. Almost all of the boys do sports on Saturday afternoon, and all of the boarders are back on the Sunday evening at 7 o'clock at chapel. Okay. So I mean, the weekend is kind of actually about 24 hours. And during that 24 hours, the last thing they want is to be pushed from pillar to post and forced to do more activities. They just want to relax.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Just doing a sport or reading a book, it's just nice to kind of have time to yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
And actually, FaceTime with parents, or
Absolutely.
children to Instagram, or getting football around, or watch a scary movie, or pizza, or whatever they want to do. That's what they do. It's lovely downtime.
Great. So obviously, when families are thinking of sending their children away, safety is a huge concern.
Yeah.
I think the whole British education system, you were the first ones to start the whole boarding concept.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the pastoral care and how kind of safety is part of your
Absolutely.
school?
I mean, when I said the USP of the school is that rapport between the staff and the boys, the pastoral care is one of the things I'm most proud of in the school. I was a housemaster, I was a boarding housemaster for 13 years, which means that my family and I lived in a boarding community for that time. And your priority is the safety of the boys. It's the first thing that you always consider. You consider their safety, and then of course you consider their happiness and their well-being. We get a lot of questions about, I think all schools get a lot of questions about bullying.
Yes.
Anybody who tells you that there is never any bullying in their school is deceiving you.
Of course.
It happens.
It happens in day schools too.
And of course.
Yeah.
But when it happens, because you have that trust and that rapport between the staff and the boys, you get told very quickly. The boys don't want to be in a school where there is unkindness.
Yes.
It gets back to the housemaster very quickly, and because we have non-centralised dining, all of the boys eat in their houses. It's a pretty small group of boys, and the housemaster is with them, the matrons with them, the tutors are with them, the older boys are with them. So if there's a boy who's joined in grade 8 or grade 11 who is sitting on their own, or they're not being talked to, or there's a dynamic that you can see is wrong, or you can hear an unkind word, it's very easy to spot that. You pick that up very quickly.
Makes sense. So a lot of families, international families, especially ones from India as well, look at British boarding schools as a stepping stone to higher education.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about university destinations within the UK and internationally as well?
So within the UK, most of the boys go to a Russell Group University, which if your viewers don't know is the top tier UK universities. And we have extremely healthy Oxbridge numbers, which is always nice.
Can you share this? Last year?
Last year we had 20 boys. to Oxbridge,
Wow,
which was
that's
a lot of boys. And it's exciting because actually the Oxbridge places in independent schools in the UK are definitely coming under pressure. I don't want to speak too soon, we seem to be holding out pretty well. I think what happens now with Oxbridge is that you can't blag your way through it. You have to be a quality product, a quality applicant. And so I think perhaps boys who were less strong in the past might have been able to talk their way through. I don't think that happens now. I think you've got to be absolutely top notch. But we have top notch boys. I would say the other thing is US universities.
Yes.
There's a lot of boys now who want to target US universities. That's an area that we're increasingly sort of specialising in. And this year we're really thrilled because we had our head of school who had a difficult choice between Princeton and Cambridge.
Did you choose Cambridge?
He chose I don't want to speak too soon.
Okay.
I don't want to speak too soon. I'll say nothing more. But the other one had a choice between MIT. I think it was MIT and Oxford. MIT and Oxford, Cambridge. He has gone for MIT.
Wow.
Which is interesting. MIT is competitive, but we have specialists within the school. But the most important thing is that have you got bright kids? You've got bright kids who are well taught and inspired in a subject. You've got a good chance.
And I assume that you have, your faculty that are very well versed in helping students with the Oxford application process.
Exactly. University careers. We also have the careers aspect.
Of course,
it's
that's
helpful
really
that
important.
you have networks and contacts. Again, I think for all the right reasons, you can't sort of get into a job anymore through connections. But if you are able to have a placement, if you're able to, have even an opportunity to meet somebody in a career or a field that interests you, that's a good option to have.
Fantastic, thank you so much for that.
That's okay.
So I'm going to end this by asking you one question.
I've heard there's going to be a good question. I'm just bracing myself. I'm going to practice my mind.
What one piece of advice would you give to prospective applicants at Tonbridge?
Be yourself. That's the only advice always. Just be yourself. We're not interested in the boy you think you should be to come to the school. We're interested in you as you are. And one of the loveliest things about Tonbridge, I think, is again, we will take any kind of boy. We're not looking for any particular kind of boy. There are boys that we don't want, that we're not interested in, which is if they're arrogant or they're unkind. So I think humility and kindness are really important. But other than that, you might have someone who's super geeky, someone who's super sporty, someone who's very musical, someone who's very quiet, someone who's more extrovert. There's no formula, there's no message. So be yourself.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Richard.
You're welcome.